All right, ready? All right, call to meeting order. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a property tax rate calculation presentation from Mrs. Feldman.
Good evening. Since today is the day that the Board of Education will be approving the tax levy for the 2021-22 school year, and the tax rates will be in the board agenda as well, I thought perhaps you might like to know what goes into a tax bill and how do we get there from the budget vote. So we're going to discuss the process for the tax rate calculation. Next slide, please. The town assessors provide the district with taxable values of all the properties within the district. The Board of Education determines the levy. The district calculates by district, that's my office, calculates the tax rate per town and district's true rate using a 4-step formula. I'm going to show you the formula tonight. Erie County Department of Real Property Tax Service prepares the tax bills using the rate and star apportionments received via the local assessors. Tax collectors mail the bills and receive the payments. Uncollected taxes are added to and collected on the county tax bills. The county reimburses the school for all school tax levies added to the county tax bill, regardless of payment status received by the county. The reason the county is obligated to do that is we cannot put a lien on a property, but the county can. So where does the information come from for this process? Total taxable values by town, that comes from the assessors in each town. Equalization rates come from New York State Office of Real Property Tax Service, and the school levy is adopted by the Board of Education. The tax bills are prepared by the Erie County Department of Real Property. So all of this comes together in the next few weeks to create your tax bills. The tax rate formula is a 4-step process. You start with the true value by town, and again, that's from the assessors, which gives us a percentage of the levy per town, which gives us a school levy per town, and then the tax rate per assessed value. So rather than give you numbers at first, we're just going to talk about it. So the true value by town is multiplied by the equalization rate. So all the taxable assessed values from each individual town assessor is multiplied by an equalization rate. And that equalization rate is developed by New York State to give a true value by town. In essence, they're trying to come up with the market value of your property, regardless of how long ago it was assessed. Step 2, you calculate the percentage of the levy per town. So the true value by town divided by the total true value gives you your market value, gives you the percentage of the levy that each town will be responsible for. The percentage of the levy per town times the total levy gives you the school levy per town in the dollar values. Then the tax rate per thousand of assessed value is the school levy per town divided by the taxable value times 1,000. And that gives you the tax rate per $1,000 of assessed value. Seems really simple, but if you can remember all that, you're doing very well. So this is an example of what the results of the 21-22 calculation were. The town of Boston started out with a taxable value of $118,858,493. That gets multiplied by their 73% equalization rate. That gives them a true value, AKA perceived market value, of $182,819,853, which is 17.354% of the total true value of all the properties in the Eden School District. That times the total tax levy of 15.164 million gives you $2,631,710.33 to be collected from the properties in the town of Boston that are taxable. That divided by 1,000 gives you $22.141542. Now, I look at this logically and say, but we don't get portions of cents, but the law says it goes to 6 digits. So the town of Concord has $5,768,989 of assessed value, taxable value in the Eden School District. Their equalization rate is 36%. So their true value is $16,024,969, or 1.708% of the total levy, meaning that their total taxes due from their properties is $259,016.80. And their tax rate comes out to $44.898127. I'm going to go through all of these individually because the repetition is what I'm hoping makes it a little clearer because there's a lot of numbers here. So as you can see, the town of Eden has $344,238,361 of taxable value before the equalization rate of 51% applied, which means the true value, perceived market value, is $674,977,178. The percentage of the levy that the town of Eden taxpayers pay is 71.942%. The total levy collected from the town of Eden properties is $10,909,876.03. The tax rate for 21-22 calculates to be $31.692796. So now we look at Evans. They have $49,358,677 of taxable value in the Eden School District. 73% equalization rate. So 49 million becomes $67,614,626 of true value or perceived market value. Their percentage of the levy is 7.207, or $1,092,877.23 of the levy, with a tax rate of $22.141542. Ironically, Boston and Evans came out with the same tax rate this year. It's just an anomaly of the numbers. North Callan's is $11,079,945 of taxable value. 66% equalization rate gives them $16,787,795 of true or perceived market value rate, or 1.789% of the levy, $271,346.61. But their tax rate of assessed value is $24.489888. You all got that? All right. So now let's get to the easy stuff. The 2021 levy was $15,164,827. The levy increase was 0. So our 21-22 school levy, which is what this board will be adopting later in the agenda, is $15,164,827, a $0 levy increase. Let's look at what happened to their tax rates. Remember, the total pot of money didn't go up a penny. But if you look at the town of Boston, their tax rate per thousand from 2021 to 21-22 increased from 21 to 22 per thousand. Concord, theirs actually decreased from 47.3 to 44.8. Eden's went from 32.12 down to 31.692. Evans went from 22.11 to 22.14. North Callan's went from 23,983 to 24,489. Not a single tax rate is equal to last year's, even though the levy did not change by a penny. So factors that affect the tax rates, the equalization rates, they are prepared by the New York State Office of Real Property. It is New York State's attempt to say that home values are always at market value so that it doesn't matter what township you're in, they're all taxed equally. Assessments, they're prepared by the local assessors, and the levy is set by the Board of Education. Any questions? Thank you.
Is there a request to withdraw specific items from the consent agenda? All right, so moving to B. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, consensus items be approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
This is the approximate position and time that the board has designated to receive statements from individuals and groups. The board will review all statements, then respond appropriately at a future meeting. All persons in attendance are required to sign the attendance sheet and designate their representation status. For example, parent, teacher, bus driver, chamber of commerce, etc. There's a 2-minute time limit. Anybody? It's you or you. Okay.
Bueller.
I guess we're moving along. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation for the purpose of retirement of bus driver Cynthia Rankus be accepted effective September 6, 2021. The board and administration wish to thank Mrs. Rankus for her 19 and a half years of service to the district.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation for the purpose of retirement of bus mechanic Ricky Mosher be accepted effective June 29, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation of Natalie Eggleston be accepted effective July 23, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the resignation of Sarah Palenkowitz be accepted effective July 23, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Okay, appointments, could we go to B? Thank you. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Brandon Watson be appointed on probation as Director of Technology and Communications Services effective August 23rd, 2021, and ending February 22nd, 2022. Salary is prorated at $75,000 annually.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried. Welcome aboard.
Is this
Are you Brandon?
Brandon?
That's Brandon.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Yay, good. Yay,
Nice.
welcome back.
It was hard to see you out amongst the whole crowd, so.
Yeah, let's not go there. Okay. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Caitlin Gardner Capriotto, who is professionally certified in early childhood education, B through 2, childhood education 1 through 6, students with disabilities B through 2, and students with disabilities 1 through 6, is hereby appointed to a probationary position in the special education tenure area for a probationary period commencing on September 1st, 2021 and ending on August 31st, 2025. Salary is based upon ETA contract, master's, step 2.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
A little bit more, thank you. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Andrew Brunner, who is emergency COVID-19 certified in biology 7 through 12, is hereby appointed to a probationary position in the science tenure area for a probationary period commencing on September 1st, 2021 and ending on August 31st, 2025. Salary is based upon ETA contract, master's, step 1.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, Ms. Emily Hawkins be appointed school tax collector for tax collection in the towns of Eden, Concord, North Collins, and Boston, and that Lynn Krajicek be appointed tax collector in the town of Evans.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the tax levy for the 2021-2022 school year in the amount of $15,164,827 be approved, which establishes the tax rate per thousand as follows. Boston, $22.141542. Concord, $44.898127. Eden, $31.692796. Evans, $22.141542. North Collins, $24.489888.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the tentative agreement dated July 15th, 2021, between Eden Central School and the Civil Services Employees Association, Inc., Local 1000, AFS, CME, AFL, CIO, Eden School Unit of Local 868, to extend the collective bargaining agreement, be approved and funded to the extent provided by law. And be it further resolved that the superintendent is hereby authorized to sign the successor collective bargaining agreement upon the terms of the tentative agreement.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? Motion carried.
Business report.
Good evening. I just wanted to update you that the American Rescue Plan Act budget is due. They've given us a date of August 31st. We have submitted our CRISA budget on June 30th, and our statewide sales collections were up 49.25% for the second quarter, which is good news because we do have revenue sharing with the County of Erie.
Okay. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. So I'm pleased to report that our summer enrichment camps at the middle school, high school, GLP, and elementary have been very successful. GLP and elementary ended last week, and I think we have one more day for our middle school, high school students. Our extended school year program will continue for another few weeks, and I do anticipate our administrators will be presenting to the board at a future meeting about these summer programs, particularly since they were new and they really seem to be something that we should continue to plan for in the future. Okay. In terms of return to school, at this point, we await guidance from the New York State Department of Health. It does seem highly likely that schools will reopen with a mask requirement regardless of vaccination status. This is the current recommendation put forward by the CDC. I'm hopeful that the recommendations of the New York State Education Department are heeded by the New York State Department of Health, namely that social distancing is not required on transportation and that 3 feet of distance between students is acceptable in the classroom. So should those two nuances be put forth, I'm very confident that we can bring our students back into the building quite safely, as we did that in the spring already. At this point, we have not learned or heard of any requirements regarding on-campus COVID testing for students or staff. However, the county has offered a program to school districts to have testing in place should it be required by mandate or needed because of a local outbreak. On behalf of the district, I did enroll Eden in this program with the hope that we do not need to use it. The program is at no cost to the district, and I really view it as more of an insurance plan as we continue to navigate and move forward. So we'll have some things in place and hopefully not need them. This past week, I put out a request to families who, for medical reasons and medical reasons only, may need a fully remote option for their student. The deadline to request full remote instruction is this Friday, August 6th. Area 2 BOCES is in the process of developing a remote program. In order to qualify for a full remote instruction, a medical doctor's note is required, and details were sent via the school messenger district-wide earlier this week. This past weekend was Alumni Weekend. A special thank you to the Eden Alumni Association. My wife and I attended the festivities last Friday night. It was pretty special seeing the athletic awards as well as our student scholarship winners. On Saturday, about 25 alum toured this building, the Eden Elementary building, with me. It was pretty remarkable listening to the stories from their graduating year 1970. I certainly appreciate the Alumni Association's support of our students and our district, and it was really wonderful getting to meet some people who have such fond memories of their time here. And finally, it's my understanding there's a bit of a festival coming up tomorrow, a little something going on in town. So yeah, it should be quite a weekend. I've had a couple of different meetings with the emergency management group. As recently as yesterday, where we toured the grounds, and it was pretty neat listening to their stories of previous Corn Fest and how everyone's looking forward to this weekend. I'm just wondering where the best place to park is.
Would be in the school lot with the Eden All Sports Boosters Club. Parking will be $8, but with that parking pass, you will get a free hot dog from Razors. So, just saying, the wrestling team is out there now, striping the fields, and we're set and ready to go for Corn Fest. So in the future, we will not be having Wednesday meetings before the Corn Fest. It's Class A parking, and all the major lots will be $8. You may be able to find some side lots for cheaper, but the major lots will be $8. So
Cheaper, but no hot dog.
no hot dog, correct?
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, board table, our board report roundtable.
So I just want to, thanks for plugging the parking for the sports boosters, but I just want to thank Mr. Owanko and the spring staff for coaches this past spring. I just want to give a quick notification. We had 2 All-American girls lacrosse players. Allie Banco, whose mother's the head bus driver, director of transportation. She was academic All-American, first time ever Eden girls lacrosse has had that honor. And then my daughter Carly was awarded All-American, first time ever for Eden girls. Have a recognition for that. So just something like that. And then just, I don't know if anybody noticed stuff coming out, but the scholar athletes that were recognized, a very long list. And I just want to thank Mr. Owanko for getting that done, because that's something in the past that I think's been neglected. And to basically, honor these kids for what they've done, not only on the field, but in the classroom is something very important that in the past wasn't done. So I know it just came out, I think today, Allie Banco and Carly Sutphin were all Western New York, along with Marissa Calloway. And I think Noah Brosnick was basically, I think we had 4 academic All-American, or not, all Western New York academics. So like I said, something in the past that it hasn't been done. I just want to thank Mr. Owanko for, he said he was going to do it in his interview, and he's holding through to it. So that's all I got for the board side.
Oh, you should be very proud.
So, and I just want to give Jeff a kudos, because I heard you were backup tour guide for the school, because the person going to do it was injured with some hay bale incident. But anyway, I also heard you did a wonderful job. They were very impressed with you, and they were grateful for all the letting them, have their memories. So it was fun.
It was
It was
fun.
good.
It was
yeah.
fun.
Because people do. The alumni, I went to it all, and everybody has such fond memories. It's just wonderful, And seeing the scholarship, the athletes, the Hall of Fame awards and everything, it was just really nice. So, but good job to you. So
Thank you.
did us proud.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? So parking at $8, free hot dog. The next regular Board of Education meeting is Wednesday, August 18th, 2021 at 7 p.m. in the Eden Elementary School Auditorium. And with that, we can adjourn the meeting. That upon the recommendation of the superintendent, the Board of Education meeting be adjourned at 7:30 p.m.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thanks for coming.